Hey everybody, it's Jose Laya. The numbers are in for the third quarter, and today we're looking at single family homes in South Beach. Our first graph here, we're taking a look at a market snapshot of where the market stands for the third quarter. Let's take a look. We have 51 active listings. Since there are waterfront homes in South Beach, we like to highlight them in light blue. Out of the 51, 33 are waterfront, while 18 are non. Total closed sales for the quarter. Yes, that's for the quarter. Only 8 closed sales. They were actually split evenly. Months of supply, 14 and 25. Looking at these numbers, the numbers do not look good for the third quarter. Let's look below at where most of the market activity is taking place, both in actives and closed sales. And I mean, under $1 million, there's no active listings. 1 to 3 million, you've got 3 closed sales, and 3 to 5, you have 1. And then that's very odd to see that between $5 and $10 million, no closed sales, even though you have 11 actives. And then look at this, 10 to 20 million, 1 closed sales. And in South Beach, of course, over $20 million, you have 3 closed sales. So out of the 8 closed sales, 3 of them are above $20 million, only in South Beach. So we'll point out, as you could see here, very odd to see these movements. Sales are happening at the lower end. Look at that, 1 to 3 million, 3, 20 million plus, 3. That's 6 out of the 8. And then basically between 3 and $20 million, it seems to be a much tighter market and not much sales activity is taking place, even though we have listings. Another odd thing to see that we don't see in any other area is that the number of active listings of waterfront properties are almost double the available listings of non-waterfront homes. We feel this is one area of concern that we're going to keep our eyes on. We're now going to look at this third quarter data and compare it to the previous 2 quarters to be able to put this in context and see if we can spot any trends. Let's take a look. Now we have the next graph up where the third quarter numbers looking at the previous 2 quarters. And let's take a look. We're getting some mixed signals here. Active listings at the lowest level of the year. Closed sales at the lowest level of the year. Months of supplies pretty much stayed the same. Days on market is about the same as well. This is the first one we want to point out. Non-waterfront homes. Look at the median price per square foot and the median price sold from the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. From the first quarter, even though it jumped in the second quarter, it's back down in the third quarter. But it's not only back down from the second quarter to the third quarter. The third quarter numbers, the median price sold and median price per square foot are actually down from the first quarter. So this is showing that the prices for non-waterfront homes seem to be coming down, while prices seem to be holding for waterfront homes just from what we see here and these numbers. That's what it's indicating to us. Overall though, we don't like these numbers too much. The most concerning thing that we could see is the number of closed sales is at the lowest levels of the year, while also the number of active listings for non-waterfront homes is at its lowest level of the year, keeping this market pretty much stagnant, which is not good, and slowing things down as well. If you're a seller in South Beach, we've got a mixed bag of results here. I mean, actives are down, but so are closed sales. Inventory of non-waterfront homes is very low, which is good for you though, but it seems like their prices are declining, while waterfront seems to be holding. But we will caution you, as months of supply is still high and the number of sales has slowed. Also, having the number of active waterfront homes almost double the number of non-waterfront homes seems to be something going on there, as sales are just not keeping up. We'll also state again, if you're a seller, make sure your home is in turnkey condition. Otherwise, you're going to have to heavily discount it to get it sold. For buyers, the data here, we've got mixed signals, but it seems to be moving in your favor, especially for non-waterfront homes. But the issue is that inventory is very low, so it's going to make it tough to find the right home for you. Waterfront homes, the number of listings is double that of non-waterfront homes, so that may give you a better shot there. On a more positive note, interest rates just moved under 6.5%, which should be a catalyst for the market and truly help you out. In summary, the numbers for single-family homes in South Beach for the third quarter are a mixed bag. Inventory is low, causing sales activity to slow, keeping months of supply high. Non-waterfront home pricing seems to be coming down since the start of the year, while waterfront seems to be holding. However, right now, there's a lot more inventory of waterfront homes than there are non-waterfront. This is just something that we feel is off, and we are going to look at it further and continue looking at it daily, and we'll keep you posted. On a positive note, fourth quarter just started. Interest rates not only moved under 6.5%, but the forward guidance we're getting, or the indication that we're getting, is that rates will continue moving lower in the near future. We hope this should be a catalyst for sales. We just need to see a bit more inventory come online to give buyers more options and kind of unstuck this market here. We will say that these are all typical signs of what happens in a correction as the market's trying to find its new base level, but with low levels of inventory, it's going to be tough for buyers to find the right home for themselves here in South Beach. So just stay tuned. And this is a market where you have to going to be patient if you really want to buy a single family home in South Beach. Again, with such low levels of inventory for non-waterfront homes, I would say this is the perfect opportunity. If you're a seller and your home is non-waterfront and you've considered maybe selling, this would be possibly a great time to list your property for sale, as there's not too much competition, so you may be able to get your number. But again, keep in mind, your home must be in turnkey condition to get top dollar for it. If it is not in turnkey condition, you may want to consider updating it before listing. If not, you are going to have to discount it to be able to get it sold, and more importantly, to be able to get people to come see the house. But again, really low levels of non-waterfront homes for sale in South Beach may be a good time if you're a seller to list your house at this time. As I start my 20th year in Miami real estate, I've seen a lot of different markets, and I can tell you this is not doom and gloom, but this is exactly what happens in a correction. You just have to know how to navigate through it and be patient. So please make sure to work with a professional that can guide you through. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.